to a certain woman in New York City, Ira is the guy who robbed her in a subway station. Not exactly the role Ira envisioned for himself. He says it's a case of mistaken identity that has utterly ruined his career.
Because of what happened, it's the career momentum never picked up.
Maybe the lie detector can move this felon off NYPD's rap sheet and right back into showbiz. Finally, Dr. Robert Wood, a former aerospace engineer who is convinced that the government has been hiding information about alien life forms for more than 50 years.
There's, say, a half a dozen different alien races that have regularly been coming here, and I'm here to prove it.
Could this really be true? As of this moment, only the government knows for sure. But within the hour, the lie detector will determine who's telling the truth and who's telling lies. A recent government study claims that 90% of America's nursing homes are understaffed, and claims of elder abuse are on the rise. Studies also indicate that there's a growing number of conflicts between nursing staffs and patients' families. Perhaps that's a result of an overworked profession or overstressed family members. Desperate for help, Helen claims that her elderly mother, a victim of Alzheimer's, is in the care of an abusive nursing home staff. She has come to us today so the lie detector can uncover the truth. Growing old, it's a condition in life that we'll all eventually have to face. For Helen Henson, sharing in the journey of her mother's twilight years has not been a happy one. Instead, it's been more like a trip to hell. Helen took her widowed mother to the hospital because she suffers from Alzheimer's and depression. According to Helen, a series of misunderstandings occurred that ultimately led to the state controlling the day-to-day welfare of Helen's mother. Not long after her mom's arrival at her current rest home, Helen says that's when the problems began. Helen says friction arose between her and the nursing staff. Her mother's room was located next to a busy lounge, and confused patients often tracked in and out of her mother's bathroom all day long, creating a mess and a nerve-wracking situation for her mother. Helen says her complaints only got her pegged as a troublemaker by the nursing staff, and that the staff made up a lie that Helen physically pushed an elderly patient. Helen believes this was all a way to limit her access to the nursing home and, ultimately, to her mother. At a time when Helen's mother needs the support of her family the most, Helen is now forced to see her only minutes at a time. Is this a case of the nursing home staff making up stories? Or is Helen to blame for her own problems? Either way, Helen's mother is suffering from somebody's lies. Helen, you are here today in a very courageous attempt to try to get full visitation rights with your ailing mother, who is right now in a nursing home. How did this all start, Helen?
When my father passed away, there was a state hearing, and the doctor testified that I said I could no longer take care of my mother.
Did you say that?
I did not say that. It was a lie.
The doctor lied on the stand?
Yes, he did.
And because of the doctor's statement in court,
yes,
your mother was taken from you,
yes,
and put in this institution,
yes,
and is not allowed to leave.
Right, that's correct.
You've lost your mother
yes,
to this system.
Yes.
Helen, for what I understand, your mother has been bounced around to 3 different nursing homes at this point.
Yes.
And in this 3rd nursing home, an incident happened where you have actually been accused of pushing an Alzheimer's patient.
Yes.
Did you do that?
No, I did not.
Then how were you accused of this?
A nurse said that I pushed a patient.
Well, was there a patient around nearby? I mean, could you have accidentally pushed the patient?
I didn't accidentally push anyone.
Then why would she lie on you?
Because I have complained.
You complained about the care of your mother?
Yes. As far as her care, I had noticed they had at times there would be odors, like a urine odor. Persons walking in, using the restroom that supposed to be for my mother. There's urine on the floor.
So people were using the bathroom because I understand your mother's room was located next to the TV room.
Right.
So people just said, oh, that's more convenient. Let's go use your mom's bathroom.
Right. The workers were letting the patients do this.
What were some other things that you saw there?
The other thing that they have done, they have denied my mother to go to her religious services. Her life has been the church. That's the only thing that she really knows. They are treating her like she is a prisoner.
So you go in, Helen, and you complain, and what happens?
I complain, and then a lie is told on me by a head nurse because of the complaints. Because I'm always calling, nurse, someone's in my mother's room. Nurse, they got tired of me calling for the nurse. They got tired of me complaining about it.
So they retaliated?
Yes.
In what way?
I contacted the administrator. He told me that you're not allowed back to see your mother at all. Your visitation rights are limited because it was reported to me by this nurse that you pushed a patient.
You had never heard anything like that?
No, I hadn't heard anything.
There wasn't a big ruckus, there wasn't a big altercation that led to this. Why would she say you pushed a patient if you didn't?
To get rid of me. I used to see my mother every day, but I haven't seen my mother in months.
Helen, you say that the doctor lied, that the nurse lied, that everybody's lying. Is it possible that everybody can be lying to you?
Yes, it is possible. Everybody is lying.
But why would they just lie on you like this? I mean, you're talking about a doctor, a nurse. I mean, officials who we would think are there to help us.
I think the doctors lie. They don't want to deal with it. I think the administrators are lying because it's become, I believe, a money-making situation for them. This is what I feel.
So you feel you're being used?
Yes.
You're being lied on?
Yes. My mother's being used, and many elderly are paychecks for the nursing homes.
Helen, what does it do to you when you walk in a room where you don't believe your mother should be in the first place?
Right.
What does that do to you when that is out of your control and out of your care?
Okay. What it does to me is it makes me feel weak. It makes me feel helpless. But I will never give up because I remember what my dad said. Helen Marie, take care of your mother, and I'm going to do it.
If you could say something to your mother right now, what would you say to her?
Mom, I'm getting you out of here. I'm getting you out of here. And if I can't, I'll die trying.
What's your biggest fear?
That she will pass away in that facility, and I will not have been able to get her out of there.
Well, you've turned to us today.
Yes.
And you're willing to face a lie detector.
Yes.
To prove that you didn't do the incident that you're accused of.
Right.
You want your visitation with your mother back.
Right.
That's what you're here for, right?
Yes.
To win that.
Yes.
Are you ready to face the lie detector?
Yes, I am.
Then let's get you hooked up.
Okay.
Helen, be advised any attempt at countermeasures will invalidate this test. Please remain still. The test is about to begin. Are you sitting down?
Yes.
We ask a question with an obvious answer, just to help measure reactions to later questions.
Do you plan to tell the truth on this test about whether you ever physically touched a patient in that facility in Gardena?
Yes.
We introduce a question that isn't scored just to compare against reactions to other questions regarding the main, or what we call the relevant issue.
Did you ever physically touch a patient in that facility in Gardena?
No.
This is a relevant question. It pertains to a specific fact, and the answer will be the leading indicator to determine whether the person is lying.
This test is over. Remain still for 10 seconds, please.
When we return, was Helen really abusive to a patient? Or is she the victim of a vindictive nursing home staff member who's trying to keep her away from her own mother? Helen, the lie detector has determined that you are. Ira Fletcher believes he might be a big singing star today. That had he not been wrongly accused and convicted of robbing a woman and her child.
The policeman said to me, you know, the way you messed up is you threatened the lady's child. If you do that, a person will never forget your face.
Ira swears this is a case of mistaken identity, and the lie detector will today prove it. Then, can Dr. Robert Wood really prove that the government has been hiding knowledge of alien beings from us?
Our government decided to try to keep this technology away from the other guys.
Or is the good doctor practicing science of another kind? Science fiction.